Hi guys, it's Shelby. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another week of meal planning. Now this week I meal planned like I normally do. However, we hit some obstacles. There was bumps in the road, detours galore, but somehow we made it through the week. I have a chronic shoulder injury that flared up and caused me to have to go pay a visit to the ER doctor at 2 in the morning. And it really kind of put me out of commission for most of the week. But I'm feeling better, and I just wanted to share my meal plan, you know, what we had planned and what really happened. I think Ken and the kids did a fabulous job considering this unexpected turn of events, and I'll go ahead and share that with you and how we overcame Mom being out of the kitchen. So let's get into the meal plan. Monday we had a cheeseburger and brats, and Ken had prepared more than we needed, so it was such a blessing because Tuesday's the day that I started not feeling well and I was having that pain in my shoulder. So I went and laid down, and I ended up being in bed the rest of the night. For dinner tonight, we're having cheeseburgers. Ken grilled them, and he grilled some brats. So the boys are pretty happy, and we had a late breakfast, so this is kind of dinner and lunch. So this will work out perfect. The boys and Ken were kind of like raised by wolves that night, and but they survived. It was a good thing. They had leftovers, and they had some leftover cheeseburgers and brats and whatever else was in the refrigerator. So they survived that night. I had intended on making some country fried pork chops, applesauce, potatoes, green beans, and homemade brownies. But what I'll do is I'll transfer this meal to the following week and use it next week. Wednesday, I got up and I felt a little better, and then I made that spaghetti with meat sauce, and I made extra meatballs because I thought, oh, it'll be great for lunch or dinner or whatever, and it was so great. This week I went ahead and shot a video for you guys on the Weeknight Spaghetti Sauce. I also have a Sunday gravy, the real Italian Sunday gravy. I'll put both of those in the description box. But this is a great recipe. We're going to have it tonight. Tomorrow we're going to have meatball subs for lunch with provolone cheese and use up all of these leftovers. So that's what's for dinner. Wednesday around 2 o'clock is when my shoulder really started hurting, and so I kind of retreated to my room, and I was there until 2 in the morning. It got so bad I went to the hospital. So by the time we got home on Thursday morning, I pretty much slept the whole day and had to take pain medication and some anti-inflammatory medication, and they also put me on some steroids for the shoulder. So again, the meal plan was saved, and they had leftover makeover, which is one of my favorite things, where they took meatballs, used the garlic bread that we had made, and made some meatball open-faced subs and served it with a tossed salad. And then Friday I had quiche Lorraine, tossed salad, and grapes planned, like a breakfast for dinner kind of thing. And the boys went ahead and pulled out some of that prepared food that I had gotten at the last Sam's Club haul a while back, and they were able to put together a little Chinese takeout. And they heated up some sweet and sour chicken, egg rolls, fried rice, and made some pot stickers. And they were so proud of themselves for putting the dinner together, and they brought me up a small plate, and it was just, I felt so thankful, so extremely thankful that I had picked up a few of those items at Sam's Club, because something told me, you know, we only go every 6 months, you know, stock up on a few of these little items. We might need them sometime, you know. and it sure paid off. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll move the quiche Lorraine over to my meal plan for this next week. So for tonight for dinner, we're having sweet and sour chicken, some fried rice, pot stickers, and vegetable egg rolls with a dipping sauce. And I'm very thankful for this dinner tonight because I still can't lift my arm. And it was very kind of them to make dinner tonight. So that's what we're having. And then Saturday, Ken got in the kitchen with the boys and they decided to go off the meal plan and they put together the broccoli and beef. Now Ken has never, let me think, in 30 years, has this man cooked? Oh, okay, yeah, he did one time. He made breakfast, like a Sunday brunch at our house in California. And we had a big island and bar stools and all the boys lined up. And when I came upstairs, they were all videotaping him. And I thought, what's going on, you know? And they said, Mom, Dad's making breakfast. So they all videotaped it. It was really kind of funny. But he got in the kitchen with them and they watched a video that I had done on broccoli beef and they did it. They did a fabulous job and made some rice. So for dinner tonight, Ken and the boys made dinner. Broccoli beef and steamed rice. And I'm so happy. It was so nice of them. I'll put the link to this recipe in the description box. And then Sunday, my shoulder was starting to feel quite a bit better. It's not 100%, but it's on the mend. So I was able to get up and putz around in the afternoon and put together chicken parmesan and a spinach Parmesan Orzo, which is a great recipe. I love that recipe. And I don't make it often enough. You know, I make it and I think, oh, I don't know why I don't make this more often, because it's really tasty. And you can make it Weight Watcher friendly really easily. And then I served it with asparagus. So that was the meal plan, and that's what happened in reality. So not too shabby. I'm pretty happy. I mean, life happens. We have the chicken Parmesan cutlets fried up in some olive oil, steamed asparagus, and the Parmesan Orzo. And that's a great recipe. I've made it Weight Watcher friendly and it's delicious. So that's what we're having for dinner. As far as our grocery list, all we needed was produce, a little bit of dairy, meat, and a little bit from bakery. So let me go ahead and show you that grocery haul. In this week's grocery haul, we got a couple of packages of grapes. They were $1.99 a pound. I went ahead and picked up some spaghetti squash. I thought it might be a nice alternative, low-carb alternative to spaghetti this week, so I'm making that for the kids. Some green beans, a couple of bunches of bananas, spinach and lettuce, broccoli, asparagus. Now the carrots and the potatoes and these onions, I had a coupon. They were free for buying a 3-pound roast. And this was a little over 3 pounds. And so those items were free. The roast was $2.99 a pound. I got some spinach, a big pack of chicken breasts. They were $1.88 a pound. A couple gallons of milk. I had a coupon for the half gallon for 99 cents. 2 pounds of butter, some Vermont sharp cheese and New York extra sharp. Some eggs. They were 99 cents with a coupon this week. And I got a gallon of apple cider for $2.99. I had a coupon for that. So pretty excited about that. And the Italian loaves were 99 cents. I got 2 of those. Got some rolls for cheeseburgers this week and some TP. As far as the totals, I went to 2 stores. The first I spent about $35 and the second was about $50. So $85 total this week for our grocery haul. And I hope you guys get inspired to meal plan. You can see our meal plan wasn't a complete disaster. I think Ken and the kids did a great job kind of keeping it together. They didn't starve and everybody's happy and healthy at the end of the week. But I also want to take a moment and share some of my meal planning goals for this upcoming year, and a couple of web pages that I have found that have been helping me quite a bit lately. One of my annual goals is to eat more locally. We recently moved from California to New York, so these 4 seasons are kind of sending me for a tailspin. In California, you can get everything fresh, 365 days out of the year. And here in New York, it's a little more challenging because we have the seasons and things tend to be very pricey at the grocery store. You can't just go in and, hey, I'm going to get a watermelon in the middle of December and not think you're going to pay for it. And even if you do pay for it, it's not very good quality. So I found this webpage, and I'll put the link to the webpage in the description box because it's been really kind of cool. And what it is you put in your state, and they have every month broken down into like the first part of the month and then the second part of the month. And it'll show you what is being grown in your own area and what is in season. And this has kind of changed how I've been meal planning, especially this upcoming week, this week that's I'm planning for now. So for example, what I've done is I've done this for 2 months now. I don't know if you can see this. Let me take it out of the paper plastic so it won't be so glary. I've taken just a sheet of paper, and I did this for October. This one is for November. In the early part of November, these are all of the things that are in season in my area. Some of them I've never even heard of. I've never tasted, I've never seen. I mean, I'm just like, wow, this is kind of crazy. And then over here, this is what is in season the latter part of the month. So what this has done for me is I look at this list and I think, oh, eggplant's coming into season here, and cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts, and squashes, and regular sprouts, which was kind of surprising to me. Excuse me. Cranberries are coming into season. So it's getting me in the mindset of cooking more on a seasonal level, which is new for me. Some of you guys that have lived in 4 seasons, this is old news. But for us California transplants, this is something I'm kind of dealing with. Okay, and so what I plan on doing with that is for the next 10 months, writing down in my meal planner binder the pages for each month. So when I meal plan, I can glance at it and try to start incorporating those seasonal local items into my meal plan. So that'll be an annual goal. So I've been doing it for 2 months, and I'll keep that up for 10 months, and then I'll have it in as a resource in my meal planning binder and take that into consideration. And then a second website I went to was actually from the federal SNAP program. That's like the food stamp program. They have a wonderful educational section in there that I found. And I thought, hey, I'm sure that there's something in there. And I kind of poked around and I found what I was looking for. This is a list that SNAP has put together, and they have categorized it in seasons: fall, winter, spring, summer. And this is not for any specific state like the first website I'll share with you. This one is just global. It's for the whole United States. And what this is sharing is these are the seasonal items that are really budget friendly across the United States. And even though they may not be the same produce that we are growing in our local area, it will be produce that will be very affordable during that season. So this is the second resource I'm going to be looking at, and looking at when I meal plan to say, okay, this one's going to be a good sale price. I'm going to try to go for that. It's going to be in season. It's going to be good quality. And I'm going to use this in addition to the locally grown produce. Okay. And I just want to give you guys an example because I'm meal planning for this next week coming up. And I found a recipe for a Buddha bowl. And I've never even had a Buddha bowl, or I've heard of them. My boys have eaten them. But I thought, I'm going to make a Buddha bowl. So I found a recipe that incorporated some of the items from our local area that are going to be in season, and then some of the items that are on that United States budget-friendly list from SNAP. And a lot of the items in the Buddha Bowl are on both those lists. So I was excited. And I looked at the recipe and I kind of tweaked it a little bit. The recipe called for kale as the base. And I thought, you know, that might be just like too much for our family. A couple of the boys enjoy that as a salad, but the rest of them don't. So I'm going to swap it out for spinach. And then I'm going to roast the kale and make kale chips to put on top of the Buddha Bowl. And the Buddha Bowl had, let me think, it had chickpeas that you put in a spice marinade of cumin, turmeric, and smoked paprika and garlic, and you roast them in the oven. And I've had those before, and they're really kind of crunchy, kind of like those Chinese baked peanuts or fried peanuts, whatever they are, the same texture. And it kind of like a light bulb went off, because that's the same flavor profile as that chicken shawarma marinade I used a while back to make that Middle Eastern dinner. And I thought, oh, this will be a second recipe that I could use some of those marinated chicken thighs that I prepped for the freezer to have Ken throw on the grill, and we could serve them alongside of the Buddha Bowl. It's the same flavor profile. So that was like a really neat moment for me as a home cook to make that connection and think, okay, I can put together this one marinade and I can use it in two different recipes. And the Buddha Bowls, they also had roasted sweet potatoes in the oven, roasted onion slivers. It had a really neat tahini ginger dressing recipe that, because I have to double it, our family is so large, I thought instead of adding twice as much tahini, I would put the original amount of tahini, and then when I doubled the recipe, I would add cashew butter instead of adding twice as much tahini, because I think that would go really good. The flavors would be really awesome. So I'm playing with this whole thing, you know, like the local produce and what's budget friendly across the United States. I'm trying to do more experimental recipes, because some of these things on here, I mean, I don't even know, maybe you guys did. I don't know what a rutabaga is. I don't know what a salasfi, rapini. I've never had a quince. Let's see. I've had fennel. I don't know if I've had chard. I don't know. A lot of people like chard. See, I might try chard now because it's on my radar. Cardoons. I don't know what a cardoon is. You guys gonna make fun of me? Go ahead. Oh, bok choy in season. You know, that might be a nice addition a little bit. Get just a couple little baby ones and put it in my Buddha bowls. See, get you thinking. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited about this, and I hope that maybe if some of you guys are interested in kind of doing the same thing as me when you do your meal plans, I'll put the link for the one website where you can punch in your state, and then it'll give you a list of the seasonal items for your state. And then I'll put the other one for the SNAP, because they're all about budget cooking. And they have some pretty good recipes on there. I was kind of like nosing around on that educational part of it. And there were some recipes that I see you could kind of tweak and stuff, but they were very budget friendly. And so yeah, if you guys are interested in this and you want to join me on my journey of my meal plan for this next year, that would be great. And then the final thing that I'm hoping to accomplish is keeping my recipe plans for the whole year, because I'll just put them in a binder, and it'll, I think, help me next year, because the meal plans are going to be developed seasonally. So like, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like, I can do the work this year, and then next year it'll be easier, if that makes sense. Anyway, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful week of meal planning. And you know, sometimes you get bumps in the road, and you can plan the best, you know, that you can, and it just doesn't work out, and you just have to roll with it. That's life. And this week was a testament to it. But such wonderful, beautiful things came of it for me, because I had time to be on the computer, you know, when I was on bed rest, and could look at these sites and kind of have some time alone to think, you know, how I want to mindfully meal plan for my family. So it led me down this path that maybe I wouldn't have otherwise had time to do. And then secondly, it's my kids and my husband just came together. They worked together as a family, and they survived. No one starved. I think, you know, there's always a blessing when you are faced with an obstacle, or if you have a hard times in your life. Those are the times that I feel like you're being prepared for what's next in your life, the next journey, the next layer of living. And if you're open to it and you have a positive mindset, you know, life is pretty good. So happy meal planning, and I'll put those links down there if you guys are interested in joining this journey with me. Because, you know, I think if we take it just little baby steps, you know, work towards a goal like a turtle. I'm a turtle. Just, you know, a little bit every month, you know, and work on your meal plan binder. In 1 year, you're going to be in a really good mindset as far as budget-friendly, locally produced foods, and having tried some recipes you may not try, like Buddha bowls. All right, guys. Well, you have a wonderful week and meal plan, and enjoy your families.